He's being a little bitch, honestly.
Yeah, honestly,
I wanted to fucking
Malcolm
push
is
him
being
over.
a total bitch this episode.
It's like, listen to your dad. He clearly has got the moves. He's clearly got the hog. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like, respect your elders.
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat? Yes, no, 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 maybe.
Hello and welcome to Yes, No, Maybe, a Malcolm in the Middle watch-along podcast. My name is Willa.
My name's Ryan.
And we are siblings talking about our favorite goddamn show, Malcolm in the Middle, right now, right here. We're talking about episode 13 of season 1 called
Rollerskates. It's funny, before we started this podcast, we did like a test episode for Peter Thiel and the other angel investors to make sure they wanted to give us as much as they have. Before we perfected the craft, we just wanted to do a kind of balls out sort of recording.
So we didn't wear any clothes.
No, but we talked about this one, and it was a really bad episode. So bad, in fact, that we almost didn't make the podcast because it was so poor.
It was so horrific.
But I think Willa thought it actually went fine, which says a lot about her creative judgment.
So this episode is really about Hal's legacy as a skater and trying to teach that to his boys. He has taught it to Francis and Reese already, and Malcolm's next in line.
Malcolm wants to roller skate. He wants to get good at roller skating. This episode opens with roller skating outside on the street, and everybody has skates, and Malcolm's just using his dumb little sneakers.
But before that, even before it opens, there's the cold open.
Yeah, that's true. Nice segue.
And, thank you. I thought we'd start, and then we'd kind of go back.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go back, it's a classic overthinking moment of Malcolm figuring out how many fries each person gets, which one. It's too much. Eat the damn fries, son. Eat the damn fries.
They've got a bunch of French fries, and Malcolm's trying to figure out what's the even distribution given the length of each one. Classic nerd shit. But the point is that they're actually ruining the sacred, simple pleasure of eating fries because of Malcolm's...
That's how you think about it.
Because Malcolm's big brain.
Last week, we had curly fries. It took us 3 hours.
I was just talking about French fries yesterday.
Oh, really? To yourself?
Yes.
I want them.
I do like them.
I love fries. Honestly, that's my favorite food. I love fries. I fucking love fries. I've always said that.
And I don't love all potato formats, but the ones that I do love, I love a lot. For example, I don't like wedges, too much potato.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's not too much potato.
It's too thick. And
you would rather have more crisp than the starchy.
Yeah, it's starchy inside. And it's thick in the inside. It's too much. It's bland, frankly. But I love hash browns, and brother, do I love latkes. I ain't Jewish, but sometimes I wish I was.
You would have been a great Jewish brother.
Sometimes, thank you. Sometimes people think I am Jewish.
That's awesome.
That's the cold open. Kind of funny, kind of forgettable, whatever.
It's a whatever. It's a whatever cold open.
I would love to be in the writer's room figuring out these cold opens.
Yeah, I wonder if they just brainstorm a shit ton and then they're like, I mean, is it random which one goes to which?
Okay, you come up with one right now, go.
Okay, Dewey's running down the street. Boys chasing him. They got his pants. He don't got any pants on. He's holding his little dinker's almost falling out. He's running down the street, and they're like, "Come here, you gotta put your pants on." Malcolm turns to camera. He's always getting away without his pants.
That doesn't even make any sense. Okay.
You come up with one.
Hal comes back from a trip to South America, and he opens his suitcase, and he brought back a little capuchin monkey, and then it's jumping around, and then he's on the kitchen table, and they look around, they're like, "Where's Reese?" And then Hal goes, "He's on the kitchen table."
That was fucking horrible. So many plot holes I won't even start.
What?
What? Monkey in a suitcase. How are you gonna breathe on the
You
plane?
already had a little boy's penis.
All right, so So you're playing hockey. First of all, Stevie as the goalie. That's a little unfair.
Stevie's the goalie. It's not really fair because of the sheer amount of surface area that he's covering with his chair.
Exactly. We agreed on this as we were watching.
We watched this one together.
We did watch this one together.
Which I'm usually not in favor of because I feel like it...
You stink.
No, because we'll talk too much about things that we should save for the episode, but we actually didn't talk that much. But yeah, unfair. We both commented on that his chair pretty much takes up the whole goalie. I would be fucking pissed about that. I don't know if I'd voice my concern because he's in a chair. But I think that I would be upset about it secretly.
I think you should treat him like everybody else.
Yeah.
but you don't think so. So the street looks a lot like our neighborhood, which was that we grew up in. Got sycamore trees everywhere. Gorgeous
Aptly
little.
named Sycamore Street.
It's so cool how real this town feels, or at least their neighborhood and their street. Like it, I mean, it is like a real street. It's on a back lot, right?
Yeah,
it's,
no,
it's
it's a real street.
beautiful.
It's a real
I wonder
street.
if we should go to that street. Where is
Yeah.
it? Is it LA?
Probably in LA.
I don't know where they shoot this.
I should know this, but I know that the house has been demolished and replaced with some fucking modern like
Really?
atrocity. Yeah, it looks really just disgusting.
That's really sad.
Yeah,
I
Sycamore
wonder
Street.
if they'll recreate it for the reboot.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm sure they'll make it a
Thank
set.
you.
I'm sure they'll make it. I really have no idea. I hope that they still live in that fucking house. They better. Sycamore Street had a 7-Eleven at the end of it, and my bus would stop there after school. And every single day, I'd get a big, large slushie, and then I would get a big quarter-pound hot dog, and I'd drench it in chili. I'd eat it on the way back. Sometimes I'd
It's
be.
honestly, it's amazing you're not massive.
Sometimes I would walk home and I would be so into the chili dog that I'd have to sit on the sidewalk
Oh.
and just finish it. I'd eat the whole thing before I could even make it halfway home. Gulp down, and then I'd get home and I'd play Skyrim in my
I bet
basement.
there's people in the neighborhood are like, honey, that boy's on the street again.
fat
eating
boy.
He's like struggling to breathe, eating his chili dog.
But-
What flavor of Slurpee would you get?
I would get raspberry. I would get raspberry on the bottom, cherry in the middle, and then raspberry on top again.
Blue raspberry, you're saying? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, blue raspberry.
So it's blue, red, blue.
Blue, red, blue.
Interesting.
Why can't you just tell me what it was like?
One, I'm not supposed to, and two, I don't even like to think about it. It makes me cry.
So Reese comes in. He's rolling in shit. It's disgusting. He's like rolling and skating around the house. Epic. I had Heelys. I get it, brother. I get.
So we're
loved it.
getting really distracted, but I just thought of a story yesterday. I was just telling my girlfriend last night that one time Willa used to wear Heelys a lot because she liked this YouTuber named Tobuscus. I mean, we both did, but that's why she got Heelys.
Yeah, and it turns out he was addicted to Molly the whole time. I was watching
He was a
him.
Molly addict. Yeah, that's why.
I've spent so many hours of my life watching that man. It's so crazy, and he was on ecstasy
He was
like for 90% of it.
Pervert. Now he's a big MAGA guy.
No way.
Yeah, he is.
Good for him.
But Willa had Heelys, and one time we were walking downtown, and there was the movie theater in our town, and Willa was like, "I'm just gonna go in and get a large popcorn just to go. Like, we'll just bring it home." And she goes in, she gets the biggest bucket of popcorn.
Without even seeing a movie.
Pays her, yeah, we
It
just
was the
went in-
first time I'd ever done that. It was a hack.
We went in and bought it. She was like, "Thanks for the popcorn." And then she tried to Heely away, and she fell backwards, ate shit, and the whole tub of popcorn just fell on her, covered in popcorn.
In the lobby of
in the
movie
lobby, she was
theater.
right there. Yeah, it was so
And everyone went,
embarrassing.
"Oh!" Like, and I think they were like, we can give you a replacement, but I was like, I'm fine. And I just like
That is so
took
sad.
like the little bit of popcorn that was left in the thing and just left.
That is so sad. So anyway, yeah, Lois gets mad that Reese tracks in some dirt, and she and she throws out her back by yelling so much. So her plot in this episode, kind of the B plot, is Lois is bedridden because she's in pain.
Yep.
And she's sort of parenting the house, like parenting the boys through a baby monitor. Kind of funny. The C plot.
I love it. That's kind of humorous.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The Francis plot, he's at military school, and they have a survival weekend where they go out for 2 days and they live in the woods. And he doesn't want to do it because he's a lazy ass, and so he fakes an injury to stay home.
He uses Lois's very injury, like the description of her injury. He uses the exact description so that Stanley will believe him, because Stanley is this
Masochistic.
malevolent dictator of the school. Which again, I was arguing with Ryan. I don't think the social hierarchy is clear, because sometimes Stanley's like top dog, and sometimes Stanley's like, yeah, you don't like, if like kind of giving Francis advice like, don't look them in the eyes and they won't bother you, kind of stuff. And it's
It
like,
becomes hard to ignore in this episode that there is some weird power dynamic with Stanley and Francis.
This is what
where
I've been saying.
Stanley is sort of his keeper.
he's like, I let you do some things, Francis, but this thing I want you to do.
There's
you know?
a weird sexual energy
It's
that's
sexual.
it's hard
It's
to ignore,
sexual.
and it's emphasized
He says he
and
would-
complicated by Stanley coming out before the survival weekend,
Completely
naked, his whole body covered in camouflage paint, his
He had to
dick
run
and
those
balls
fingers-
covered by a bag only. We don't see it.
That's what you're assuming? A bag?
It was a bag. There was a bag on the table. It's covering his penis.
As in like blocking it from view. I thought you meant
on set he had a bag over his dick.
Or you were imagining that the character had just a clear plastic bag wrapped around his testicles.
I don't know.
I think that's what you're picturing.
That would be weird.
Stanley had to run his little fingers over his whole body painting himself.
And it's very well done.
Very beautiful.
Stanley is maybe gay, which is fine. We've talked about it before. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's something they never fully commit to. Probably given the time and the sensitivity during those times.
Okay. I don't think...
I'm just kidding. We're totally reading into it too much.
We're completely... I mean, I think that there's some, like, sexual tension between him and Francis, yes. But also it's like, yeah, they're playing it up for jokes because that's kind of like a thing that they joke about in this show, too.
Nothing funny about a real man.
Nothing funny about a man like Stanley taking... Francis to Pound Town. I mean, that would be actually a sight to see. I would pay to see that.
We call that the season finale.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think it'll be good for you.
How could it be good for me? No food? No shelter?
No broken clavicles.
That's something inside me, right?
So Lois is bedridden. And I think Hal really likes being in control. Mm-hmm. It's a theme that kind of recurs, but I think he likes this when Lois is helpless in this way.
I can't wait until we get to the episode where Hal is secretly making her fat.
Big fat episode.
Yeah,
I know, we've talked about that.
Injecting butter into her rice cakes and stuff. But yeah, Hal does kind of get off, I think, on that. Again, we're reading into this, but...
Sexually, of course, he's gratified. No, but I think he's in charge. It's a switch of the dynamic, which obviously is exciting for him. It's very Phantom Thread-esque for you cinephiles out there. He likes the helpless Lois and him having to be in control, but also then he gets to get away with things. For example, the gut busters, which is something that would end me right now, given the state of my stomach. I've alluded to it in other episodes. I'm having a tough time.
Let's pause that there. Malcolm wants to get roller skating lessons from Hal. He learns that it's sort of a rite of passage amongst the brothers. Hal has sort of taught them, like with Francis and Reese, it's kind of shrouded in secrecy, but it's like, he calls it the Brotherhood of Wheels. It's this secret kind of lesson.
Process, kind of akin to, a martial artist teacher and stuff. Would you quit drawing?
Sorry.
You have to pay attention.
And Malcolm wants to... Now I can't think of it.
Yeah, I scared him. I scared the shit out of him. He's like, I'm sorry. Sorry, baby.
Malcolm wants to roller skate because he
Yes.
has his little shoes. And
he asks him to skate, so we get that really cool shot. You wanted to talk about that?
Well, sure. He asks Hal to teach him how to skate, and we get this great shot where Hal, it's a kind of a GIF, if you will, on Twitter and the like,
to decide.
where Hal kind of turns his head at the breakfast table to look to Malcolm, and all the lights shut off, and there's a spotlight on Hal, and they do it like practically. They turn all the lights off, and it's very cool.
Yeah, it feels like theatrical.
One of the many examples of like the show just like being way more cinematic than it has any right
and
to.
this episode in particular is very cinematic.
Yeah.
Like, they've got a lot of the split diopter shots that we talked about in an earlier episode where, you can see the baby monitor, but you can also see in the background the action happening there, and they're both in focus.
Where, they kind of split the frame.
That doesn't usually happen. Usually there's one thing in focus.
Mm-hmm.
Once you begin the path, there is no leaving the path. Are you sure you're ready for that? I mean, really ready?
I guess so.
Neat. We'll start tomorrow.
Malcolm wants to get this lesson, and he kind of thinks it's going to be this hardcore, like, because Hal used to be a roller skater, and he was like very lauded, and he thinks it's going to be this very like, masculine kind of like, oh, the old man teaching me the whatever. And it's funny, like while I was watching the episode, I was thinking like, that's not really Hal of like this like jock dad, like this skater guy who teaches his sons how to skate. And of course, like I'd forgotten that when Malcolm gets the lesson from his dad, it's actually Hal dancing in roller skates, very goofy to that song.
Right. It's
talk about it, ooh, yeah. You know the one.
Yes, it's very much about dance. It's about rhythm. It's about. I mean, he won skating competitions where he would do routines like a figure skater.
And he says that he won Lois's heart through his skating
A
competition.
little bit of lower back there.
But yeah, it's very goofy, and it's very like not masculine. It's very,
except for the fact that he's wearing gray sweatpants, which it's pretty obvious what's going on. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying.
My fans who know.
If you know, you know.
But it's very like it's the subversion of like the masculine archetype. It's very like feminine. It's very endearing. I always love when this kind of stuff happens.
I mean, he's graceful. He's beautiful when he dances.
And so Malcolm is accepting of it. Malcolm's like, oh my god, that was amazing. After Hal does this like beautiful like dance routine, and then Hal teaches him to skate, but in his way, which is like without actual roller skates. You got to learn to dance. You got to learn rhythm, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And thus kind of begins the arc with Malcolm, where he's getting pissed off at his dad for not really teaching him to skate.
Right. And he's very resistant to it. I mean, he just wants to go faster than Hal is allowing him to go.
Mm-hmm.
So he's being a little bitch, honestly.
Yeah, honestly,
I wanted to fucking
Malcolm
push
is being
him over.
A total bitch this episode.
It's like, listen to your dad. He clearly has got the moves. He's clearly got the hog. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like, respect your elders. And then it all kind of comes to a head when Malcolm swears at his dad. He says something. We don't know what. What do you think he says?
I think he probably says "fuck you."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Well, you.
And Hal doesn't know what to do because Francis and Reese kind of rejected it through violence and were punching them. And he's like, I know. He's like, but he says, block, chop, on the ground, gasping for air. He's like, it was so easy.
Yeah, right.
But with Malcolm, he's a different breed because
he's using his words.
He uses the psychological rather than the physical.
And in that way, it's sort of still about kind of masculinity a little bit in terms of like, oh, he's using his words and not violence. But this arc does kind of go on a weird digression where, in order to teach him respect, he alludes to like a pack of cigarettes. Like if he caught his son smoking, he'd make him smoke a whole pack of cigarettes. And so he doesn't know how to deal with Malcolm using these bad words. He wants to like teach him better. And the way he thinks about it, the way he comes to this conclusion of what to do, is this unbelievable sequence.
Right.
That, if you like the show or even it's in your periphery, like I think you probably know about this scene, which is like how in blue sequin at night at the school blacktop, skating to We Are the Champions. And it is just a really beautifully shot scene. He's hilarious in it.
Great choreography.
He's very graceful. It's obvious that they're using a stunt double, but it's funny in the ways that they're obvious about it, and they make it like part of the joke, which is funny.
Like Hal coming back into frame after he does a crazy move, and it clearly wasn't him.
And it's through Hal doing this dance, this kind of beautiful, graceful dance that's only for him. That he learns how to deal with Malcolm. And he comes to the conclusion that basically his solution is a weird one, which is print out every swear word and curse that he can think of and have Malcolm say them to Hal as if he's like smoking a whole pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
But it's like
learn the power of swear words and how that they're not just, you can't just throw them around, which is just like, as you've been saying, like it is a little bit of a digression from the plot. Like I kind of wish this episode was more about the discomfort Malcolm has with the kind of floppy, foppish way that his dad is teaching them roller skating through this like dance, and that like Francis and Reese were just like embarrassed that that's how they learned to skate well, Yeah,
you kind of wish that at the beginning the conflict was like all of the skater boys in the block like thought Malcolm was a wuss and called him a wuss, and then he gets skating lessons, and it turns out the skating lessons themselves are actually sort of like wussy, in that way, but he learns that it's actually an advantage. But it goes on this weird tangent about like swear words and using your words, which is funny. It's funny, but like we talked about this the last episode, where last episode like thematically kind of like landed the plane, was very pointed. This one, it kind of ends strangely with like the swear words, and then when he finally gets the roller skates after saying all these swear words to his dad, they make up. He goes out and he plays the boys in the block, and of course he wins by doing a dance routine while he's skating, and it's like, oh, he wins, even though the conflict was never really that I guess it was that he didn't know how to skate. He couldn't participate, but it wasn't that he was getting his ass kicked per se. Like it wasn't like
it was
like
just that
he
literally didn't have, he just literally didn't have skates.
Yeah, so it's like now he's dancing, but it's like Reese doesn't skate by dancing, and Reese got the same lesson. It's just sort of like.
I mean, it's supposed to like unlock your skating through dance, I guess, but.
But it's literally he wins the skating by dancing, so it's sort of like
strange.
A weird sort of.
And I hate to do this. I hate to poke holes in this great episode, but this is what we're here for, folks. We're not just gonna, oh, I love this, I love that.
We're not
Linwood
gonna
Boomer,
we're
it's
not
like
gonna-
your big dick. Like, we're not gonna
Brown nose this show,
No,
even though
we-
it's our favorite show of all time.
We love it, and we think they did a great job. But
And the only reason that we talk about these sort of like what it's doing thematically and whatever is because it warrants it, because this is a show that has a lot on its mind and is very smart about these things.
And God
so,
damn it, we've seen it 2 million times, so we gotta talk about it.
God damn it, if anybody's gonna do it, it's us.
Malcolm, you are going to look me in the eye and say every last one of these terrible things to the man who held you in his arms the moment you were born.
I remember a time that I was with Dad. I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade, and it was like a teacher, or it was like a parents come in and visit school kind of day, and we were just kind of shooting the shit. And I felt like I just remember feeling, me and Pops were shooting the shit, and I remember feeling like oh, we just like I can say whatever, we can get each other, and so I kind of was like. We were talking about the concept of swear words and and how there's bad words, and I was like, yeah, and it's so crazy because the F word doesn't even mean anything.
Did you?
And he was like, no, I just said that. And he goes, well, it does. Like, it means when two people have sex. And I was like, oh.
You're testing the waters. You thought
And
you were boys.
So I thought we were boys. I thought I got it. I just didn't think that fuck meant anything. I thought it just was like a word that was like bad. And then it was like so embarrassing of him having to then bring up sex. And I was like, oh, cool.
I've had experiences with that where like you want to be cool in the eyes of an adult, and obviously it's Dad, so it's different. But like you want to be cool in the eye. And that's not what I mean. He's very cool. But
He's cool, but he's dorky.
yeah, but we love him because of it.
Yeah, I can still love him. I love you. You're an idiot.
Thank
going.
you that you love me. But situations where like you want to be cool to an adult, but you're still a kid, and and you can't really connect. I remember one time we were at a pool party for my like dad's friend. We were at his house, and I was looking for the cooler. 'Cause I was probably like 6, 7, maybe it was 7 or 8.
Talk about cool.
Yeah, very funny. I was looking for the cooler because I wanted a soda, and this other guy, this dad, like this big guy, was like, he was also looking for the cooler because he wanted a beer. So me and this guy like kind of went on an adventure. We're like, where's the cooler? Oh, we're looking for it. We want our drinks. We're like, where's the cooler? We're looking for it. Finally, I find it. I'm like, here it is. We open it. He gets his beer. I get the Coca-Cola, and he goes, are you sure you're okay to drink that? Like, are you allowed to have that?
Oh my God.
You allowed to drink a soda? And I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yes, I can drink a soda. I thought this was my boy, and he's fucking thinks I'm just a little kid, and of course I was, but
You should have popped his ass. Popped a cap in his. Fuck you.
fuck you, fat ass. He was kind of bad.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
got
Drink
okay.
another beer. Get fatter. Get diabetes. Die. Just that shit.
Yeah, but he totally put me in my place, and I still think about it to this day.
That's so fun. Who was it?
I don't know the guy's name, but we were at Dante's house. Shout out Dante.
Shout out Dante.
Shout out Dante's wife.
Oh my God.
Shout out Dante's wife.
So yeah, he's I love the sequence too where he has to go through all the swear words. I mean, it's hilarious because he's kind of like, oh, Dad, I can't, and he's like, and Hal's like, great, you learned your lesson, but Malcolm's like, no, I want to finish this list. And so he keeps going through the swear words. Hal's sweating. It's just so uncomfortable, and it ends with hole.
Yeah, we cut away from the montage, and he says the last word, we just hear hole. So I don't know what it was. Maybe it was asshole. Maybe it was something dirtier.
I think it's got it. I
Because
think they
asshole
had
probably
to
would have been high up on the
I
list.
think assholes in the 200s. We're talking 400, 500.
200, it's probably number 10.
No, I think we're going up. I mean, that list was pages and pages long. Yeah. I mean, I wonder.
We'll find those documents, and
We'll get to the bottom of that.
Oh.
Good.
So yeah, Francis is back at military school. He gets found out by.
Well, he's fucking around while they're on the survival weekend. He gets to stay home, and he's watching porn on the
communal
big TV. And he's
not even fiddling his diddly. He's just eating cookie dough.
He's eating cookie dough. He's eating a tube of cookie dough, and he's watching porn. And he squeezes the cookie dough, and it rises, sort of an allusion to a boner, which I did not pick up on as a kid, but now I did. And then he bites the cookie dough, which is sort of following that same sort of metaphor. I don't know. There's something to read into there.
Biting his own dick. Biting another man's sort of homoerotic situation.
Sure.
Yes.
Something.
They wouldn't have included it if not to have us raise these questions.
And he's fucking around, and then he's playing with a fire extinguisher on a wheelchair. Very fun. And then all the boys come back from the survival weekend, and they see that he's not injured. He's just goofing off. And they
fucking
tie
him to a chair.
Tie him to a chair, throw him in the woods for 3 days, and throw a knife at him.
They throw a knife at him, and they say,
he said...
that was do me, not Emmy, right?
No. They throw the knife into the dirt right next to him, which is like, you're gonna stay in the woods for 3 days. And here's a knife, and it lands right next to Francis, and it's his last line in the scene,
Season in the series. The knife goes into his heart. He dies.
No, lands right next to him, and he goes. What he says is, "That was to me, not at me, right?" But he goes, "That was to me, not at me, right?"
That was to me, not at me, right?
And it's like really hard. I was like, "What?"
It took us a minute to figure
First
out
time
what
I
he
watched
said.
it, I had to skip back.
So
Anyway, he has a painful 3 days in the woods. The shit
can
that
only
the
imagine.
shit that he fucking endures. I mean, somebody needs to shut that goddamn school down.
it's pretty horrific, and Stanley takes an immense pleasure in it. I think.
I know, and you think that Stanley is his boy, his protector.
I don't know.
Maybe he enjoys that he gets pleasure out of the sadistic sort of torture.
Yeah, I would love to see where Stanley is today.
I would love a Stanley spin-off. What would they call it?
Stanley and Nana.
Stanley and the...
Nana has a fever.
Here's an idea. He has a farm. It's called Stanley and the Stable.
Let's not do another farm. Like we already got
what?
Francis on the farm later.
Oh. It's out of
Spit
farm.
on me.
It's maybe Stanley
Spit
comes
on
and
me.
takes over the farm. You call it Stanley and the Stable. Malcolm in the
There's like a
Middle.
lot of other puns you can do.
Stanley and the Submarine.
Stanley and Mary Steenburgen, the actress. Stanley
It has to
and
be in the, if you're following the same logic, of
Oh.
in the middle.
Stanley in the
Stanley in the
sex dungeon.
Stanley in the Super Bowl.
Stupid. Stanley in the Super Bowl. But it only happens once a year, the show?
He's training for the whole season.
Okay.
He goes to the Super Bowl every single season because he's on the
He can get in every season?
well, he's on the Patriots.
And they get, my God.
They go a lot.
That sounds good.
You can't leave me out here with nothing! That was to me, not at me, right?
Let's just talk really quick about Hi Lois was great. I loved
What was great?
Lois being on her
Oh
goofballs.
yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Hopped up on goofballs.
So in Lois's plot, she's hurt and she refuses to take the medication, but Reese drugs her with her milk. He puts the drugs in her milk, and then she's all zooted out. And it's
Right.
funny. There's a scene where she's being all chill because she's like on
Dude,
drugs.
she should be in the Blunt Roto.
Facts, dude. That'd be crazy.
Her and Jamie.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
keep referencing Jamie. If you haven't seen the show, it's gonna happen later.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
yeah.
it.
But yeah, she gets drugged up, and then what happens at the end of her storyline?
Well, she just gets back on her feet, and he's like, "Mom's mobile," and then,
Right.
I mean, it's a little depressing because she's just like back to being the old naggy Lois.
yeah, and she is kind of being a drag.
She is being a bit of a
I hate
drag.
to say it.
I mean, hey, she's been bedridden for a couple days. I know what that's like. When I had my diarrhea situation, I was bedridden for hours, weeks.
Willa, you need to stop bringing that up.
Well, I need my stomach to get better. Then I'll stop bringing it up. Stop
it's
bringing
a-
it up when I stop pissing out my butt.
Oh my god, it's a call for help. The audience
The
can't
call's
help
coming
you.
from inside the house. So yeah, Lois. Yeah, I think she's like, "Oh, I hate cops. I hate cops." And she goes, "Soap salesmen. They're the bigots.
She hates bigots. Lois hates cops. Interesting.
She hates cops. She hates.
ACAB applies.
I know. She's the first ACAB instance on TV.
On TV recorded
So that's a really nice moment for
for culture and for
Progress.
history.
I'm the nice one.
Yeah, that's true.
You're the bad one. The system can't work with two bad cops.
Oh, I hate cops. Cops.
finally we end on the hockey game where Malcolm's kind of struggling. It's not going well, and you know, he looks to his left. His dad's shaking that ass,
Shaking that butt in
and
those
he's
tight
focusing
jeans.
on the ass.
And the camera is
The
too.
well, that's what I'm saying. And the camera, as we can only assume, is Malcolm's POV. So you know, he focuses in and sees
Tight
okay,
little butt,
tight
close on the
little butt.
Levi's, and shaking it, and then
Thrust,
then Malcolm does this stupid little dance,
Yep,
and
and he skates real well.
He skates real well, and he wins the big game.
Right.
Congrats to Malcolm. There aren't really any stakes there. We don't really know why the game's
pissed about it.
important. It's just kind of a weird ending.
It's a bit weird, but I didn't mind the dancing, Al. I didn't mind the dancing. You can do that any time of the
I
week.
do think the dancing is the best part of this episode.
It's good. It's great. I mean, Hal carries this. It's a really great showcase of his comedic ability and his dramatic ability.
I feel like it is kind of a famous episode, but really, it's the best part of it is just Hal's
Yes.
dancing, because
Yeah.
Lois in bed, it's it's whatever, it's okay, it's got its moments, and Francis in military school is like literally 3 scenes,
Yeah.
and it ends with him being brutally tortured, and
He's so fucked in that. He must be so fucked. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he like they find
himself?
bodies in his car.
in his car.
like later.
The trunk?
Yeah. Oh, was there no Dewey this ep?
No Dewey.
No
except,
Dewey.
Except in the cold open.
Except in the cold open, no
Dewey alert, which can't be ignored and is a real hit to the episode.
It's it brings it down a couple notches at least. I mean, the cuteness meter's all out of whack because
we don't know how to reset it. We have to bring in a technician.
Right.
And the critics noticed that Dewey wasn't here when the episode came out, and this episode got the lowest of the whole series.
Wow.
Not true.
Not true, but we can say whatever we want.
And,
this is an internet.
And there you go, folks. That's the episode. It's episode 13. It's called Rollerskates. Tune in next week for episode 14. It's called
Insert episode title.
Yeah, we'll do that in post.
So thanks guys so much for watching and listening, and we're gonna wrap up this season pretty soon, and then guess what? Season 2.
Yeah, guess what? Then season 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And by the time 7 comes out, we'll be so old.
We're gonna be really old, and we're not gonna like each other anymore. We're gonna like each other way less than we like each other now, and that's not saying much.
That's not too much already.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
thank
listening.
you to Rory for producing these 2 episodes.
Woo!
You're a G.
Put in the applause in post, and remember to rate, review, and subscribe on the on podcast app and Spotify.
Yep.
We are on TikTok and Instagram. Yes, no, maybe pod. Show us some love. Getting no love on Instagram at all. It's pretty embarrassing. But TikTok.
Me and you commenting consistently.
And putting it on my story. I'm like, people hate this. They must.
It'll take off.
If this season ends and we're not big, like what the fuck are we even doing?
I don't know, dude. I mean, we can talk about it later.
Thanks for listening, guys. Check it out next week. Bye bye. Bango, bango, bongo.
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat? Life is unfair.